All right, I was actually wondering if I could get away with demonstrating another one and not doing, but I can't. So here we are for core, but it is hands-free core. This was especially, well, particularly for Lorraine, but for all of you who did it last week, when we said it's meant to be for core, and actually it was a real mean one for the wrists and the hands and the shoulders. So this is all core, and it is pretty much, if not entirely, wrist and hands free. That does mean that we will be down on the mat for lots of it, and you'll be doing loads of sort of sit-uppy, crunchy, that sort of stuff. So, don't blame me when we get to that point. All right, you can pop your music on, put your playlist on, or any music you're using. We will start on our backs. Enjoy the start. So take either the legs out long or the knees can be bent. This is just your chance to settle and enjoy a few moments of stillness at the start of your practice. The eyes can be closed. Connect with your breath. Just observe the breath passing in and out of the body. Release any tension in the shoulders, in the jaw. Be aware of yourself landing here into this space, onto your mat for your practice. Lengthen the breath out, draw it a little deeper down into the belly. Really let the breath go as you exhale. All right, so we'll start to move the body, but just nice and slowly to begin with. This is just our warm up where we would normally do salutations. So bring the feet in if your legs were long, feet a little bit wider than the hips, and then sway the knees side to side. If you want a little bit more opening through the chest, you can cactus the arms. Just keep taking the knees side to side, easing out through the low spine, through the hips. And then bring the knees back up to center, heel toe feet in slightly, hands down by the sides. A flow in and out of bridge, so breathing in. As you breathe out, press into the feet, lift the hips, lift through the spine, and then you reach the top and lower it straight back down. So it's with the breath. As you exhale, you're peeling the spine up off the floor. As you breathe in, you're lowering it back down. Take a couple more. When your hips next land down on the mat, just hug the knees into the chest. We'll take a simple twist. We will come back to our twist as a form of a rest in between, but for this one, just keep the right knee hugging in, draw it nice and close, move it around. And then guide it across the body, open that right arm out to the side. Take a few deep breaths into that rotation through the spine. And then bring it back to center. Realign the hips, swap sides, left knee in, right leg long. Move that left knee around. And then guide it into a twist. Left arm opening out to the side, gaze turning to the left. Big breaths. Unravel yourself back to center. Set the feet up again for bridge. This time we're holding just a little bit of strength through the back of the body. So inhale here. Press into the feet as you exhale, lift those hips up high. Keep squeezing the knees in towards each other. Find that natural stopping point. Then maybe just inch the shoulders underneath and lift the hips a little bit higher. Keep the breath steady but strong here. If the legs are starting to complain, don't worry, because it's all they have to do for this class. So just hold it strong, couple more breaths. And then lower down to the mats. All right, we start with our little toe taps. Nice and easy to begin with. So bring the feet, bring the knees above the hips, 90 degrees at hip and knee joint. We're going to take alternate taps of the legs. So keep the belly drawing down, low back into the mat, knees not coming too far forward already. You can feel that switching on the core. And then take those steady taps. So these can be at your own speed. I'll count roughly on my mat. It doesn't matter if you're not on an exact number. It's about keeping that control in the core. Nice steady movement with the legs. Make sure that you are still breathing. Obviously you're breathing, but keep it nice and smooth. You might find you get an exhale with one leg and inhale with the other. All right, take 4 more. And then just take a brief rest, hug the knees in. We're returning to do just the same. So set the legs back up, press the low back down into the mat. Keep those knees from traveling too far forward. And again, steady taps, one leg at a time. I think it's actually harder than moving both legs at once. So we're staying with alternate taps. If you found you were naturally breathing on one leg for the inhale before, try and swap it over this time. Keep tapping those toes down the mat. Don't bring them too close in. Make sure the core is having to work to keep you stable. 4 more. And you've taken those 4. Hug the knees in. And then on our last go, we're straightening the legs back up. They don't have to be perfectly straight. Maybe tuck the thumbs underneath the hips, extend the feet to the sky. Again, let's keep it alternate legs. So lower your right leg, pick it back up. Lower the left, pick it back up. The leg doesn't touch down, it just hovers. That's it. Keep it moving. If it's feeling like, oh, this is too easy for the core, send the feet a little bit further forward so they meet at that point and one leg is working, because then the core is always switched on. If you're drawing them back to here, it's like you get a let off in between. So take it to where you need. Don't cheat your core. 4 more. 3, 2, 1. Lovely. Hug those knees in. Take a little bit longer of a rest before we kick into the next part. Take feet to the sky. Just take a happy baby. Really release the knees down off the sides of the body. All right, release the legs. So this time, left leg is out long, right leg is up to the sky. We're taking those reaching crunches past the outside of the right thigh. If you want to make it harder, pick up that left foot and leave it hovering, or at least start that way and see how you go. Okay, so take an inhale. As you exhale, point past your right thigh. That's it. Inhale overhead and reach. Keep it going. 3, 4. They don't have to be fast. 5, 6. Hovering that left foot if you can. 7, 8, 9. One more. Take it back, hug that right knee into the chest, let the left foot drop down. This is a slightly easier round, so let that left leg drop and then swap the legs. Right leg drops, left knee in. Keep swapping. So you're getting a little bit of core engagement as the legs swap, but you're allowed to drop that extended leg down. Keep moving. Lovely. Next time you draw the right knee into the chest, stay there. Guide it across the body into a twist, only for a couple of breaths, just to release those abdominals. We're coming back for the other side, so roll yourself back, realign. Left leg is up, right leg is long. If you can, start with that right leg hovering, arms overhead, index fingers pointing. Take the inhale, reach past as you exhale. Inhale overhead, exhale past the leg. Keep them going. 3, 4, 5. Keep that right leg lifted if you can. This is the thing with core, it builds all the time, it gets harder as we move through. You've got 2 more. Then draw that left knee in, let the right leg, if it wasn't already, down to the floor. Just take some easy swaps of the legs. If you're not enjoying it, just remember it's risk-free. The hands are feeling great. The wrists are feeling superb. It's just the poor core that's got to work today. That's it. Next time the left knee comes into the chest, we're rolling it over into a twist. Land there, take a few breaths. And then bring it back to center. All right, hug the knees in. So we're doing the same. A little bit less with our reaching past for our crunches, but then our swapping of the legs becomes a little bit harder this time. So right leg up, left leg long. If you can, keep it hovering. You've only got 5. So arms overhead, inhale. Exhale, crunch past that right leg. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, reach past. That's it, 3 more. Last one here. Take arms overhead, bend that right knee in, reach up as if you're crunching past it, and then swap your legs. So shoulders are staying off the floor, your extended leg just hovers, and you're reaching up at the same time. 5 more. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hug the knees in. It does hurt, doesn't it? Our poor cores, we will feel this tomorrow. All right, take a little breather, just hugging the knees, or take a happy baby, or knees nice and wide. Same on the other side. So left leg up, right leg extends. If you can hover it, if you're needing to drop it though, you take that option. Arms overhead, breathe in. Crunch past your left thigh and lift. Inhale and reach. 3 more. Arms overhead, bend that left knee in, reach past, lift the shoulders, and then swap the legs. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Knees into the chest. Rock is out. We're coming over to take planks now, but without our hands. So rock and roll yourself up to sitting. When you arrive at the top there, just bring soles of the feet together, drop the body forward, take a cobbler pose. Just let the body release the other way. Nice big breaths into the belly. All right, spin yourself around, setting yourself up. It's hands free, so we're taking forearm planks here. So hands down on the mat, you can place fingertips, palms down as if you're doing a Sphinx pose. You can make fists, you can draw hands together. Wherever you feel most stable, just make sure elbows are underneath the shoulders. All right, nice and simple. First time, step the feet back, find your plank pose. So try and make sure that the hips are level with the shoulders. You look really good. Hold it nice and steady. Breathe here. We're only holding and then we're resting. That's it. Holding for 3 more. 2, 1. Drop the knees down. Take your rest as you wish. Either sink back to child's pose or just drop the hips carefully down. Find some sort of Sphinx pose. Now remember with your planks, if this starts to trigger your low back, you're going to have to modify it, either drop to the knees or just take a rest. It shouldn't be pulling your low back. You might feel it there, but it shouldn't be really twinging. All right, we're coming back up into our forearm plank. So reset. Now you can stay just as you are, as we did before, or you're tapping the toes out to the side, one at a time. Needs a little bit more stability through the body as you pick up each leg. So keep awareness in that alignment through the spine. Draw the belly in Keep it nice and strong. 5 more taps. 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Drop the knees down. If you want to sink back, take a child's pose, you can. Nice release for the low back. Yeah, Sphinx pose is good, but it's still compressing the low back. So if you want to take a child's pose, take it here, a few breaths. Lovely. Come back through. If you want a cat and cow or make any movements, do that on your way back. We have one more go at this. Now you can stay in just your forearm plank, that's working your core. You can stay with tapping your feet a little bit harder. Your other options, and may remember these from PT days, is your Spider-Man. So you're in your plank and you're lifting a knee up to the side and stepping it back down. So the hips stay nice and level rather than sticking up here. But you're lifting a knee like you're sliding it and climbing it up a wall. So they're your Spider-Mans, all right? You can stay with your toe taps if you want, but give a Spider-Man a go. They're quite good fun. Take your mind off the core hurting. You've got to stay nice and low to the floor. So find your plank, your choice, holding still, toe tapping, or Spider-Man crawling. Keep the bum low, don't let it lift up. And just remember how good the wrists are feeling. We're not using our wrists, they feel great. Keep them climbing or tapping or holding. 6 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop the knees. Take it back, child's pose. All right. We're coming to stand only briefly. If you would like to move there through a downward dog, you can take it. If you are absolutely wanting nothing for your wrists, just find your way to a standing position, top of the mat. It's the only bit where we are taking weight onto our hands, walking it forward, unraveling to standing. Now, this isn't a tough move other than balance, but we will also feel it because we've already been using our core a lot. So if you can, we're bringing a knee up, cactusing the arms, everything stays nice and still, but you're twisting, so we have to use the obliques. If balance is not happening, either just use a chair or a stool, or take the legs out of it, but try and keep the hips really square to the front. So as you move, hip points stay here. It's only the upper body and the obliques that are engaging. All right, so right leg is lifting or resting on something. If you can, arms, cactus. Press into that supporting leg. Think about just the core from the waist up and twist into that knee. And then release. Oh, balance no good. Twist in and then release. So it's only little movements. Really make the most of that twist though. Feel like you're squeezing and wringing yourself out. We're taking 10, I've done 5 here. If you need to rest that leg and move just to the body, you can, but think about that right hip drawing forward as you move. Lost count, let's do 3 more. This is just a nice rest, not be in plank position to be honest, or crunching. When you've taken those, shake the legs out, just the same on the other side. Might feel more awkward twisting this way, it does for me, I don't know why. So left knee up or resting, hands come to cactus. Start with small movements, twist in towards that left leg and release. Twist and squeeze, release. You've got 8 more. So you can make this super floppy, nothing really working, but that's the waist. So feel like you're really drawing in at the sides as you move and as you twist round. 4 more, knee up or down. Just keep the hips square. Lovely. Release the leg. When you have taken those, inhale, reach it up. Exhale, hinge and bow. Let the head hang, sway it out. Heel toe the feet wider. Sink the hips down. So if we're coming through a malasana, and then drop yourself back down onto your bum. Cross the hands at the chest. Find that nice long spine. We're taking those Russian twists. So lift and lengthen. Keep everything in place as you just tilt it back. Core is switched on. Inhale. Twist to the right as you exhale. Come back up and twist left. So it's really slow. Nothing much is moving. Just the spine rotating and those obliques squeezing in like we did standing. That's it. 4 more. And 3. 2. 1. Lovely. Come back up. Extend the hands. Take an inhale. Roll it all the way down to the mat. When you land there, walk the feet in. Hands down by the sides of the body. Take a breath in. Press into the feet. Lift the hips as you breathe out. Lower back down on the inhale. Lift on the exhale. Keep flowing. And then next time the knees come down, the hips come down to the mat, draw the knees in. Take the feet to the sky, happy baby. Obviously you want the knees to drop down as much as they can, but here it's more about just releasing all effort in the front of the body. Lovely, release the feet. Lengthen out, stretch the body, reaching from fingertips overhead to the toes at the other end of your mat. Reach. And then draw knees in. Final tiny bit of core, just roll yourself up into a ball. Maybe hold around the feet or hug around the legs. And then release. Take some little rocks and rolls through the spine. Nothing too much. Legs don't go massively overhead or back to the floor. Just roll through the spine, providing this feels okay for your neck. And then when you're ready to come to a seat, sit nice and tall. Just drop chin to the chest. Maybe roll the head out half circles. Just release any tension that's crept up into the shoulders, into the upper spine as we've been focusing on the core. And then just come to find a neutral spine, eyes are closed. Tune into that sensation all around that mid part of the body, solar plexus, our power center, our fire element. Be aware of that heat Very simple energy that's being created. Take a big inhale, sweep the arms up overhead. Bring palms together and draw thumbs down, pausing at the forehead. Just recognize your practice, your effort, your commitment. And bring hands to heart center, bow your head. Give yourself a smile. It's done, it's over. Well done for joining me. Namaste. Well done.